Andretti's Formula One project is, to be honest, is amazing. After many years later, I get the dream of be world champion. And the day of the IT guy, if everything is under control, is outside of the garage making the cigarette and happy days.
I'm pretty sure that he's going to murder you if you're going to be eating pizza with pineapple.
Welcome back to the new season of Jorgy Stripping the Dipping podcast. I'm your host, F1 Blag, and what a week it's been in motorsport. Two big stories with two big Italian names. Lewis Hamilton to Ferrari, albeit in 2025, and Andretti barred from entering Formula One again. This episode was recorded just before the latter happened, but interestingly enough, our guest this week works for Andretti as a software engineer. So without further ado, I'll hand you over to Jorgy, who's interviewing Miguel Valverde, software engineer for Andretti's Formula E team.
Hello and welcome to Jorgy Stripping the Dipping. I'm your once in a blue moon host, Jorgy herself. As you know, we always have very unique guests with amazing journeys, and today we are diving into the world of IT to see how that works with Formula Series. And our special guest is Miguel Valverde, and I hope that I actually pronounced the name properly because I tried to practice that one with him earlier as well. So without further ado, this is the software engineer at Andretti Autosports for Formula E. Miguel, welcome to the show.
Okay, welcome. Yeah, you did it very well. Yeah. First of all, thank you for inviting me to explain a bit my career and my experience there. Yeah. Thank you very much. I'm happy to be with you.
Okay, so our first question for all the guests that we ask is introduce who you are. Who is Miguel Valverde?
Well, I'm computer engineer, passionate engineer, let's say, that I'm working in Formula E for I think at least 8 years, and is working on software development and IT, and quite happy to to share my experience there and explain you about how I arrived to be world champion this year with Andretti. Was an amazing result, and it's a normal let's say man working a lot. But
with a lot of
me. This is Miguel Valverde. Yeah, let's say.
So, what were your earliest motorsport memories? Like, what initiated your interest in software tech when you were younger? Like, were you always into the software side for the information technology, like the PCs and, the whole voodoo judo going on with the computers?
Yeah, well, to be honest, I always was interested in, let's say, in cars and also in computers, because my father's friend was a mechanic, and when I was young, I was always there asking many things there. All days I have free, I was let's say viewing what he was doing, and always asking things. Why do you do this, and why do you do that? Yeah, and after that, my let's say my interest was in computers, and all the time I was trying to learn things about computing, and the most important thing for me was I was very curious about how the applications were built. I always was thinking what the applications can do that, why, and this is what was my, let's say, young interest in in the things.
Are there any standout projects or assignments you did that helped supplement your interest in coding and IT?
Well, not specific, But
Mm-hmm.
when I was young, I started let's say in the normal academic studies. I started doing the first code applications, and yeah, my teacher told me that it could be interesting for me to join a group member that was developing things, and then I was thinking that it was special for me, that and I was starting doing code application. Yeah.
Okay, so straight away jumping back into the racing career. What
Hmm.
was the motorsport scene like back home in Spain? Like, grew up with legendary drivers like Carlos Sainz Sr., who just won the Dakar Rally over the age of 50, by the way, recently, and
Hmm.
Fernando Alonso. Like, how much of an impact did motorsport racing, like motor racing, have on the country when
Hmm.
you're also a successful nation in football and other popular sports?
Well, to be honest, these kind of things, these facts affects a lot on the Spaniard guys, because it's very popular. Currently, for example, the Carlos Sainz with the Dakar Rally, and Alonso as well. But to be honest, when I was starting in the motorsport career, let's say more or less 15, 16 years ago, that a bit different. There was not a lot places to work here in motorsport in
Mm-hmm.
Spain, in the country, but currently is changing a bit with this kind of things, with the help of appears many Spaniards around the world that are getting the dreams reality. I think we have more opportunities here in the country. Yeah,
That's a good news.
yeah, it's good news. Happy with that. Yeah.
So let's speak about the biggest challenges. Your motto is don't follow your dreams, chase them. If there's a
Mhm.
will, there's always a way. Great quote, by the way. So,
Yeah.
can you give us an example of a time you've dealt with rejection or adversity and you've used those experiences as a catalyst to elevate yourself?
Yeah. Well, uh, I always well, as I said, I'm passionate about the motorsport, and yeah, chasing the dreams. And the point is, I was trying to work in Formula One during many years ago, and I moved to England to chase my dream. And at that point, it was not possible. I tried to, let's say, to get work there and work in Formula One, but it was not possible. And I still well, yeah, I don't give it up, and keep pushing on the studies and preparing myself. But the experience there was not enough to get in the motorsport world, let's say. And back to Spain after 6 months of living in UK. And this is the example. After many years later, I get the dream of be world champion. And yeah, but the point is, don't give it up. Yeah,
That's amazing. And
yeah,
hopefully, Andretti will be entering into Formula One, and that can be your ticket as well.
yeah. Well, we'll see. But the point of Andretti's Formula One project is, to be honest, is amazing, and we'll see what it comes. But yeah, sounds very good. Sounds very promising. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's speak about your earliest work experience. You worked in other industries as a software engineer and describe how it felt initially starting off in the industry, and also like how important is it to learn about softwares like Java, Python, and
Hmm.
MATLAB. Like, what did your responsibilities look like as a data operator for a timekeeping company over different stages of World Rally Championship?
Yeah, for me it was the initial, let's say, works was in other industries, as you mentioned, as software engineer, and I learned about well, different technologies, different language, programming languages, and yeah, all of this kind of let's say different roles I did are. I don't know at that moment, but it was key for me to now get my current job, because currently in trackside you need to have a lot of well, responsibility, and your role must be very, let's say, complete, because you need to understand not only the thing you are doing, you need to understand the global thing. And in the IT world and the software development, you need to overview the global picture, to see if we have an issue, where it comes. And to be honest, all the different industries I work at, and also all the series like World Rally Car Championship, because there we push a lot in the, let's say, in the internet connectivity and the things going through internet. And all these kind of things brings me a lot of experience that currently I'm using in Formula E. And yeah, this is quite interesting for the people that are listening us, that there are many responsibilities that needs to be, well, you need to be a global profile, not non-specific profile. That's an important thing, because most of the people think that you need very clever in a specific, let's say, area, in a specific point, but another profiles in motorsport are global profiles, and knows about, let's say, for example, in the IT side, you need to be not only an IT guy, you need to be also you need to have an important knowledge about software development and how the applications, the connectivities, and many specific things, not only the IT side, because you need to see the global picture.
That's a lot of work.
Yes. Yeah, not an easy, but
yes, and it's not limited to just like you said, it's not limited to being just an IT guy. You need to have the whole round of knowledge to
yeah, because you are working with a lot of engineers, and you must to understand their work and how you can help their work, because the IT staff is the key part of a box. When you are trackside, you must be very efficient, and in the IT side, if you understand the work of the engineers, you can help them. Yeah.
So my next question for you is, you now work with prestigiously successful Andretti Autosports in Formula E, with 4 years of experience working alongside Mahindra Racing. So tell our audience more about this side of your journey.
Well, yes, about that journey. I was lucky, to be honest, to join Mahindra and develop there a lot of track experience. I think an important thing is to be trackside, because it's not the environment is, let's say, is quite under pressure, and it's very different than you are on, let's say, on the workshop, without, let's say, any pressure at the moment. And yeah, the experience in Mahindra was very good. I'm very happy with the work there, and but to be honest, there are significant differences from season 4 that I started there and currently, because yeah, as you know, Formula E currently is a quite close series, and it's very difficult to be on the podium now. And I think it's changing a lot. The way, for example, you can do the quali. For example, currently is a key part of the game now, and yeah, grid positioning can help you a lot for the race. And this is a difference, for example, in the past where the cars had some issues at the beginning of the series, and currently it's quite different. All the brands there are putting a lot of, let's say, doing the things in the right way and doing the cars quicker, and there is very close. And then it's very different, let's say, the Formula E across the years, but the last generation of the car is very quick, and to be honest, needs a lot of work on the garage side regarding the tools of car software, because you need to follow the race instantly. And as you know, the weekend in the Formula E is happening only in one day. You have the free practice, the quali, and the race. You need to be very efficient there. And yeah, this is an important thing to support with the tools and the IT stuff. Yeah.
Speaking of IT stuff and the track side, let's speak about the track side IT and software development. So, what does the day in the life look like on both of the trackside days and internal days back at the factory? Like, has there been any innovations or technical obstacles that you worked with the team to overcome? Like, if so, then would you be able to share the details about something?
Well, to explain about the trackside, the day there is more about, it sounds, let's say, simple, but it's not that simple. But it's have all under control. You need to, on the IT side, you need to have monitored everything, and you must to see the problem before it happens. That's the key point. Is difficult thing, but if you have all monitored and you can see how it's going, the let's say the network, the communications there, and the things, you can more or less avoid common issues. And if everything goes well on the IT side, the next step is the software development, the tools we use to support the driver on track. And this part of the game is quite difficult, because we have a lot of, let's say, sources of the information. We have timing, we have telemetry, we have, you know, the communications, the intercom, and yeah, we need to put it together and make it well efficient. Everything smooth, and yeah. And the day of the IT guy, if everything is under control, is outside of the garage making the cigarette and happy days. but it's not the most of the time. Okay, but yeah, that's a perfect day that you are on the sun making the cigarette. But no, it's not the happy days. But on the software side, you don't have time for the cigarette, yeah, because you always have things to dip into. And yeah, to be honest, the factory side is well, when you arrive on after the event, you have a lot of information to double check, and the logs, you know, you can imagine the information we manage now in Formula E is quite heavy. And after the event, we need the tools to see the best scenarios, if we took the right decisions at the right, let's say, time. And yeah, we have a lot of work on the workshop to analyze the race, the radio communications, and the things to improve for the next one. Yeah, it's the way we proceed. Yeah.
Well, actually, the next question I wanted to ask was about Formula One. So I guess you've already answered that question, but still, I'm going to ask you this question.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
Andretti also embarking on achieving more success in F1, and this week, as part of the Daytona 24 IMSA special, would
Hmm.
you be interested in someday moving across to these series, which you said yes, I want to go for Formula One. So
Yeah.
generally speaking, what do you think of these series? Like, if there was something you would change about them, what would it be and why?
Well, as I mentioned, my dream was Formula One, but currently I'm happy with my role and my work in Formula E. And yeah, Formula E project is quite interesting now. With the, as I mentioned, with the currently situation of the series. But well, always is interesting to share knowledge with other series and with the colleagues in other projects. And let's see the future what came to us, but I don't know. We'll see. And yeah, for me, it's quite interesting both projects, and I wish all the best for Andretti for sure on 24 hours, and also as well in the Formula One project. But let's see. Currently, is something that it seems is it's building, and I hope we can make it real. Yeah.
So if you had a chance to change something about these series, what would you change?
Well, to be honest, I'm happy with this.
Probably the
Yeah,
IT guy.
yeah. Well, now I know them. No, it's very good. I like to work with the IT guys of other series because we share a lot of let's say information, inputs, and outcomes. Yeah, it's it's quite interesting to share information with colleagues in other series because each series have let's say special things internally, and yeah, it's quite interesting to know it.
Um, so, jumping back again to Spain. So, Madrid announcement, like the reaction to the 2026 news of Madrid coming onto the grid as a street
Mhm.
track. Is this, in your opinion, is this
Hmm.
good for the F1 as a sport? And are more street circuits really necessary?
Well, in my opinion, that as I mentioned, I'm normal man. It's not a reference, but I think well, it's always good to have let's say new circuits and new towns coming into the grid. But the critical point, as always, is safety. I think if the circuit is really safety, I think street circuits is quite it's interesting for the people, I think. But yeah, I don't know, to be honest. Let's see if the project becomes real. I think it's now confirmed. The Spain, yeah, the Spain in Madrid during I think 9 years, if I'm not wrong. And I'm living quite close to the Barcelona circuit, and to be honest, I'm worried about this circuit and the possibility of still, let's say, getting the Formula One there, because I think it's very interesting to have two races in Spain, but one permanent and the other, let's say, street. But let's say if Formula One considers that uh, we need to continue with the permanent circuit in Barcelona or not. I don't know, to be honest.
Perfect, perfect. All right.
We'll
So,
see. We'll see.
so my next question is actually, I have two questions. I have three questions remaining for you, but
Hmm.
the first question for you is, what advice would you give to the students and younger people who want to follow in your footsteps? Like, if they want to be the IT guy at one of these series, and are there any mistakes or things that you would like to change now if you could go back in time?
Yeah. Well, to be honest, the only thing I will say is put passion there and don't give up if the things seems not be in the best scenario, because it's not the things are not always in the best scenario. But I always say, when the people ask me, some people connect me with LinkedIn, ask me this question, and I would say always the same is, for me, what it works was study a master degree in motorsport. And after that, I started doing races and keep improving my, let's say, academic studies. And this is the key point, I think. Merge the improving your profile to be more smart in many of the areas, as I mentioned, not only in a specific area, and always keeping in touch with the people that are doing the job you wish to do, and that's it. I think that's more or less my, let's say, my advice. And regarding what you mentioned, I will go for the same steps I did, because they bring me to here, and currently I'm very happy with the role and the things I'm doing. And yeah, I will not change anything.
So let me ask you this. How would how would a day in your life looks like when you're on a race day, and how do you spend your day when you're not on the track?
Well, when I am on track, we have limited time there in Formula E, and yeah, we must to prepare all the stuff, all the IT stuff and the tools to be ready for the different sessions during the day. And in the workshop is very different, because I'm developing the strategy software of car tools to use them on track, and preparing all the things to be more efficient there. That's the main difference. When you are on track, you are on focused on the work, and when you are on workshop, you are developing software tools and thinking how to improve the let's say the tools and the procedures there on track, and go to the next event to make it better. Yeah.
So how do you spend your off days?
My off days, I usually go to the mountains. Yeah. I like the mountains and the pictures, and I always walking or riding a bike, and doing pictures there.
That seems fun.
Yeah, well, that's and it's necessary, I think, to combine the pressure on the work, and it's good to go with the mind off in the mountain. Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into the fun questions.
Okay.
Enough about all the work and IT stuff. Let's keep that aside and let's get into the fun part.
Let's go for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the first question, you need to choose 3 drivers. So this is called taxi dinner avoid. And drive as well. So okay, so you have to choose 3 drivers. It can be from Formula One to any series. One driver has to be your taxi driver, who will be taking you and dropping you at the restaurant. And one driver will be the person who will be joining you for dinner. And you need to name one driver that you would like to avoid meeting at any cost.
Oh, not an easy question. What's the one?
You must be thinking, Jorgy, what kind of fun did you think?
Well, to be the taxi driver, Felix Rosenquist. because
well.
because that man is crazy, and I fun a lot with him. We had funny moments with in Mahindra. It's mega, yeah. And yeah, for have a dinner, I think Lewis Hamilton I think is quite interesting and amazing driver, yeah. And to last question, what was the last question?
Avoid. Whom do you want to avoid?
Well, to be honest, I don't have any driver to avoid, but I don't know.
If there's any single person that even for a day, if you don't want to meet that person, who would be?
I don't have any driver to avoid, but I would say an Spanish driver to avoid any kind of polemic. Fernando Alonso.
Good job, sir.
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay. So this is actually, the next one is actually, it might be a fun question. Okay, I keep on saying that these questions are very fun, but I'm putting you in trouble, okay?
Okay. No. It's
right,
fun.
So the next question is, would you be eating a pizza with pineapple on top?
Well, only if I have my Italian colleague Matteo with me, because he goes crazy with that. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that he's going to murder you if you're going to be eating pizza with pineapple.
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah, he goes crazy with that.
I will give you points for courage. Okay, so the next fun question that I have for you, sir, is what would be your dream track and the car if you get a hot lap?
Okay.
If you get a hot lap, what would you choose as your track and the car?
Yeah, well, for me, the dream track is always Monza, Autodromo Nazionale. I like it a lot, and I always saw in the TV, and when I was there in World Rally Car Championship, well, it was amazing for me. Then the track will be Monza, and the car is Audi RS4. That is my favorite car. Yeah, I like it.
Well,
easy for
that's
me.
An amazing combo. Yes, I was going to say.
Yes.
Okay, so the last question that I'll be asking you is, if you get a chance to talk to your younger self, what would be the thing that you will be telling that little Miguel?
Okay, I would say learn more English, I would say. Yes, this is the first thing. And the second one is go to leave England earlier, please. Yeah, but it's too late for now, but yeah.
Well, Senor, I'm so glad that we had this chat with you today. Unfortunately, I don't have the two boys who are supposed to be here today due to their work and all. But all these questions, the majority of the questions were actually from Denzel. He's one of the co-hosts that we had, and he created all these questions just for you.
Okay, so, thank you very much.
And I'm pretty sure that we will be able to get you back over on the podcast so that we can have a proper conversation with these two boys, probably a YouTube live with you as well. So thank you so much for joining us today. And also for our listeners, do go on and subscribe. We are available on Apple, Google, Spotify, and all the other podcast platforms. And also we are on YouTube, guys. So it goes as Jorgy Stripping the Dipping. And we are on our social medias from Twitter to, we don't have TikTok, yes. But from Twitter to Instagram, it goes as Strip the Dip. And we will be coming back again with amazing, amazing guests. And of course, I'll be definitely bringing back Miguel,
Okay.
our IT guy. I'm going to call this guy the IT guy from now on. Yeah.
Thank you very much for your time and for the funny questions. Yeah, thank you very much.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you over, and we would love to see you back again as well. And
Okay.
for our listeners, thank you so much for listening to Jorgy, by the way. And I hope that I can get our smooth operator, modern day Morgan Freeman, our AMG Dens back with F1 Black. So see you soon.
Bye bye. See you.